We got a lot of interesting catalysts coming up this week that are going to affect the market, and probably not in the greatest way. Here's this week's major US economic reports and Fed speakers. Not only is it a loaded up week with a ton of Fed speakers, but we're going to get a labor report this week. And where the market's sitting right now is extremely greedy. So we need to be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. But does that hold up right now? We're going to talk about it. I'm actually going to give you reasons I think things could crash and go bad. I will give a simple positive case scenario if none of this happens, but mainly all of the charts that we're touching on, I'm going to give you the bearish case scenario as to how they are going to fall. So you're going to want to watch this through. If you are interested, make sure to like the video. It's free. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. Well, first of all, you are seeing put and call options extremely low, showing that people are uncertain as to what is going to happen. You're also seeing market volatility pick up in the VIX. This last tick up that we just saw, could this be the sign of the beginning of the end? Or is it just going to tick back down and the SPY is going to keep climbing along with our other stocks? Well, normally this is an indication when the put and calls get super low, depending on the data that we get, you're going to see a hedge one side. So if we get bad labor reports, you're going to see a lot of puts loaded up, a lot of hedging, and then you're also going to see this fear and greed index probably start to downtick as people start selling off. Now, if a bad jobs report comes out, this can indicate a slowing economy, meaning one, the Fed kept rates too high for too long, which was one of their main worries, and it can just indicate a recession. There are obviously some other indications, but this is just plain out and simple. If we get bad data this week, the market is not going to do good. Now, we are going to have an insane week. The first things first, there are plenty of other factors, like Warren Buffett sitting on the largest cash pile that he has been sitting on. Warren Buffett just threw another 11.5 million Bank of America shares back in the market, cashing out another $500 million. He is now 20 million Bank of America shares away from falling below 10% ownership and not being required to report these sales promptly anymore. Guess what comes next? Is Bank of America stock going to fall? We're going to touch on bank stocks more towards the end because that is also going to have an effect on the market. But first, let's touch on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency as a whole. We have seen that it is in a 3-year cup and handle, and we are sitting in the handle right now. But with everybody sitting in greed, this is the possibility that we could see for Bitcoin. Bearish case scenario, this is the top where you want to sell at, right? And then you want to get back in at either the mid-range, right around 59K, or the bottom of the channel, again at 52K. Bitcoin has touched the top of the channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th test on the top of this channel and has not broken over. So if you took the last 5 signals, for example, and put it towards your scenario right now as to what's going to happen, it's probably going to be a rejection, but people are optimistic. This also isn't to say that it didn't test the bottom of the channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, right? So we could get this breakout, push to 69, and then push to all-time highs. But bearish case scenario, we come off of the top of this channel with another hard rejection to the downside back to 59 to 52K. Last touch on top of crypto, Binance founder CZ was just released from prison. Is he going to be good for the crypto market? Maybe, maybe not. Tesla also has the robotaxi event coming and has been pushing up to 260 and just testing a breakout. 260 is a green line that we have drawn out on the chart. You can see we traded well under this line more than we've traded above. Now, this is the bearish case scenario before Tesla's robotaxi event as well as their earnings. And keep in mind, we also have election coming up. We'll touch on that a little bit later. Tesla, if this is a buy the rumor, sell the news, you will see Tesla come right down to 224. Back up to 245, back down to 204, back up to 226, and then all the way to the bottom of this trend line, right around 172.40. Then you start to see it scale up middle March of 2025 before finally breaking past that level. This is bearish case scenario, and this would finish out the long flag format that Tesla has been trading in. Okay, I just want to prep you for this. This does not have to happen. Tesla can break out right now. Again, I'm giving you the bearish case scenarios on all of these plays. Next up, Nvidia. Nvidia obviously got a test at this channel 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 times, right? Got a breakout finally. We did get a breakout back here, but we didn't hang out outside of it long enough. Bearish case scenario, you get a candle down into this channel with a wick, right? Maybe a wick all the way to 114.50, but ultimately you come back up to around 118.50, 119, and then you just flush again. 106, bounce to 111, and then 96 bucks. Overall, Nvidia could get a flush down all the way to the bottom of this channel, right around 80 bucks. Speaking of Nvidia, China has reportedly urged local companies to stay away from Nvidia's AI chips. Moving on to the SPY. The SPY, there's not much to say. This is going to be the #1 thing affected by the reports that we get this week, and it has been building what we have called out to be a spring right at this wedge right here, looking for either a break below this trend line or a push higher. And that's exactly what we're going to get this week, which is exciting. Probably nothing on Monday, and then Tuesday into Wednesday, you probably are going to get this break one way or the other. SPY is either very quickly going to come down to 555, or you're likely to see it make its way up to 580 pretty quickly. Speaking of bank stocks, I'm bearish on Bank of America, also bearish on Citigroup as well. This thing I expect to have another flush down at least to 55, and it's sitting at 61.87, but likely lower all the way back down to 44 bucks. There are plenty of reasons why I'm very bearish on this, but they had an MMI failure yesterday. Now they're postponing things. They're teaming up for credit grabs, and they have over 104 billion sold not yet purchased, along with their subsidiary almost 90 billion sold not yet purchased, and they canceled their fixed income not too long ago, and the list just goes on and on. Speaking of banks, Wells Fargo now faces a major lawsuit for cheating customers, and this is going to lead us into Google. Donald Trump said that he will request Google's prosecution at the maximum levels when he wins election for showing bad stories about him, but good stories about Kamala Harris. Leading us into Google's chart, we have called this out a very, very long time ago, and it is continuing to play out. You got this push all the way down to 150, you got a bounce, and I think Google will just continue to push lower, and this will fit the narrative in a bearish market. Probably early February 2025, Google will have come down to about 137, and that is my price target over there on Google. Here are the earnings for the week. Monday before open, CCL. There's really not many here. The only one is really Nike, Tuesday after close. I think Tuesday into Wednesday is going to be the most volatile part of the week, and then maybe Friday as well. But overall, we have a very, very exciting week, and then this is going to lead us into obviously Tesla's event, so on and so forth. Screenshot this if you want. If you guys want to come talk with me and the most amazing people on the daily, make sure to get in the Discord. It's the third link in the description of the video. Get us to 30,000 subscribers if you're not subscribed already. And if you're watching this on a TV, make sure to like the video. A lot of people who watch on TVs don't like the video and they don't subscribe. Overall, that is it. Get in the Discord. I post my trades as soon as I enter them, and we are starting the 3 to 10K account challenge next week. That is on Moomoo's platform, in which if you want to join that, press the second link, open a Moomoo account, and make a deposit into your account so that you guys can start trading alongside us. It'll take 2 minutes out of your day. If you've signed up already, make sure to make a deposit to start earning up to 15 free stocks as well, earning 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, getting level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. Again, the second link in the description is for Moomoo, the third link is for Discord, and the top link is for my custom indicator, which you can get for 2 weeks for free. Pattern detection and forecasting. It detects patterns, gives you price targets, and forecasts what the stock might do, which can ultimately help you trade. So that is it, guys. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.